What's up, friends? Welcome back to Barfly FreePour. Today we are going to be reviewing this Rovsun ice machine. A lot of you guys have probably been wondering about whether or not you should get an ice machine. This one is different than a pebble ice machine. It actually makes cubed ice, and we just thought we would kind of test it for home bar use. I want to just be 100% clear, we are not sponsored. This company did give us this machine for free to give them an honest review, but we didn't take any money for it, and so we're going to be talking about it. This machine is pretty straightforward. You have a reservoir up here, so we'll just fill it up. There's a little handy dandy knob up here that just tells you where the overfill line is so you don't overfill it. This machine can make 40 pounds of ice in 24 hours, and it takes between 13 and 38 minutes to complete an ice cycle. A really handy feature about this machine is that on the front LCD display, it tells you the ambient temperature of the room. And this is really useful to know because the ambient temperature of the room can determine the quality of your ice. Like if your ice is too thin, it means that your ice maker is in a too hot of a place and needs to be moved to somewhere cooler. And then also it determines the length of time that it takes an ice cycle to complete. 13 minutes in a place that's cooler, and then up to about not exceeding 38 minutes, depending on how hot it is in the room. So it's 82 degrees in this room right now. I think it was completing a cycle every 20 minutes or so to give you guys kind of a baseline idea of how long it takes to make ice. Let's move on to the ice quality, right? This is basically what you have. It's basically the same ice that you would get in like a CVS or something. It's a hotel pan ice is what we call this in the bar industry. This is better than freezing in an ice cube tray because you've got this really, really nice clear ice. It's actually impressively clear for something that isn't frozen in a cooler. I always get busted for saying things that are not 100% positive, but this is really not the type of ice that I would normally use. I gotta say though that it's really convenient in a pinch. So if I was drinking like spirits neat, then I would want to add a little bit of this ice to the top of it, and I think that that would be totally fine. The other thing that I would recommend about using a machine like this is that the ice is stored at kind of a high temperature, and so the ice is very wet, which is completely fine. But if you freeze it ahead, because it makes 40 pounds, you might as well freeze it ahead. I would store it kind of for a length of time in the freezer. I like to use ice that's just out of the freezer personally. It just keeps things a little bit colder longer. But then again, when you're in a bar and stuff, you're using wet ice, and that's completely fine as well. Due to the process by which the ice is frozen, there's a couple of things that you gotta bear in mind. First of all, not all of the ice is gonna be completely uniform, and you get this little divot inside the middle of the ice, which I really don't like because spirits or cocktail can get inside of there and sort of compromise it from the inside out. You know, the pluses about this machine is that it'll save you freezer space. You know, you're gonna have to relinquish some counter space, but it'll save you freezer space so you don't have to stack up a bunch of ice cube trays. You'll always have clear ice on hand, and it looks pretty sexy inside a glass. So there it is, guys, the Rovsun ice maker. Now I'm gonna level with you guys. This is not the type of ice that I would normally use. I like to freeze my own ice, but if you don't wanna do that, this is a really good solution for on-demand ice at home. You can get it for about $160 on Amazon, and right now there is a 5% coupon. Not sure how long that's gonna last, but it's there right now. So utilize it if you'd like to get one, and you can check links below. If you like this channel, please hit like and subscribe. Check us out on Patreon, YouTube memberships, and our website, theeducatedbarfly.com, for articles, merch, our virtual bottle program, and I'll see you guys on another time.